Super Bowl is past. Are you going to do your annual,
It is.
testimonial?
It's our
Very good.
anniversary,
Yeah.
Tifo.
This is the big
For
board.
those who do not know, the big board first started 2 years ago with a big board called Super Bowl Suck. So last year we
This ought to be a
celebrated the
beauty.
anniversary, and this year we are now celebrating the anniversary with the big board of Super Bowl Suck Part 3, which, hey, look, record length Super Bowl, longest Super Bowl in terms of game time in history. Good job taking the ball first there, Kyle Shanahan, because you didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
What an asshole you are. How do you not know the rules of the sports you're playing? But, again, not just if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan or a member of the Shanahan family. There's a lot of reasons why this Super Bowl sucked. And we're going to discuss them. And we're going to start with one defo, which is, I know, very near to your heart, and that is number 5. So we just add goddamn words to the national anthem now to take the game over, to take it over. Like, that's how it works. We just keep singing "The Brave" over and over.
That was
again.
great.
It's over. This is the most ridiculous thing of all time. For those of you who are unaware, Reba McEntire sang the national anthem. The line was set at what would have been like a 40-year low. Basically, since Neil Diamond, she had to come under the time by Billy Joel, which was a minute 37 seconds, in order to get the under. And she did. She hit the under, but then she added "The Brave" on again to take it over, which was the craziest thing I've ever seen and caused absolute chaos at sportsbooks all across the country. DraftKings and FanDuel initially both rated it as an under, and then went back and decided that the last 2 words did count, so they were going to pay the over. BetMGM supposedly paid both sides
Oh,
of the
yeah,
bet.
wow.
Other sports books just canceled the bet because they didn't know how to handle the situation. I got to say, like, this is how, what if they don't add the words "The Brave"? What if they add curse words at the end? Does it still count?
I thought she, you know what, maybe I was
What
reading
if
this
the
wrong.
first thing, land of the free and the home of the brave? The Brave.
That's right,
What if she
Deep.
said land of the
Did she
free
double
and the
clutch
home
on
of the
Brave? Because I thought she just
Oh,
took a deep breath and
we-
stretched it
No,
out.
not Brave.
We
The
thought
Brave.
Brave.
She said
Figured
land
it
of the
out, right?
free,
Remember, you and I talked about
home of the brave,
her sending
and
him
then she sang "The Brave" again, and that's what took it
Yeah,
over.
So
yeah.
she got like Chuck Hull, the ring announcer, where used to go, Camacho.
No, she did it like a chick who knew what the over wonders and just decided, I'm going to keep singing "The Brave" over and over again until it goes over.
Yes.
And that's the problem, because I love this prop. Everybody
Yes,
loves this
I think
prop.
it's great.
But now we have singers who are very clearly aware of this prop and are going out one way or the other with the intention of hitting a number. And Reba McEntire, you are the one who is now the apotheosis.
But she was zipping through this song as if she had a tremendous wager on the under all around the world.
Correct. And then she decided, I'm going to run out the last stanza for like 35 seconds. And when she realized that she hadn't hit it again, she started adding words to it.
She literally.
I was happy about it.
You and I talked about how she had extended out the Brave and it was impressive.
Yeah.
Ken had his theory, so I listened to it and I actually listened. She stretches out the Brave and then says "The Brave" and stretches that out. It was
Beautiful.
She really did say.
Thank you, Reba. I'm glad you did that.
So again, initially scored as under. Yeah. Then they had to rescore it as over, and then there was this whole debate about whether the extra "The Brave" had. So again, we're just adding words now. That's the way it works. What if somebody decides that they're going to add words from the lyrics? They're just going to add new words. Yeah. What if someone decides "Land of the free and the home of the brave"? Motherfucker. Like,
counts in my book.
I feel like this is like when AI becomes self-aware and it decides it's going to kill human beings, which is the end game to literally every movie ever made about AI. This is what happens when national anthem singers become self-aware about the over-under. They just start adding words to the national anthem.
All right, that's number 5. Good start there, and some heavy stuff. Number 5, add extra words to the national anthem. Reba McEntire, thank you for the over.
And that takes us to number 4. which Blake Lively, good God.
No, she's spent like $100,000.
Like you're married to Ryan Reynolds. He's worth like $1 billion. You have to steal your wardrobe and your haircut from The Town 12 years ago. That terrible movie. You stole a Southie tuxedo to wear to the game. And why am I aware of this? Why do we have to go to this goddamn box 17 times in the game so I can know that that's Blake Lively with the flash dance hair? Like, come on. Do better with coverage. Can we not have her around next year because of this? Like, I don't want to. I'm sick to my stomach that I even know who Ice Spice is, much less that she's in the box with Taylor Swift. But really, Blake Lively, what is with that outfit?
You know, outfit?
Not only with the Southie tuxedo and the 80s hair. Look at that gold chain. You look like you stole that from Luther Campbell.
You know the outfit actually cost like $200,000. You know that?
$200,000.
An Adidas three-stripe cost
Adidas.
$200,000.
It's not actually Adidas. It's like a Balenciaga or something. Like everything she's wearing, even the.
Well, then whoever Adidas ought to sue whoever. Honestly,
both of their outfits that look like they're going to like a club in the 1980s, like the after party club. Both their outfits combined is $500,000.
Beautiful.
Yes.
$500,000.
That's why they're not dressed down. They're dressed.
Then I gotta say
They're
honestly,
homeless.
if she spent $200,000 on an Adidas three-stripe, Ryan Reynolds ought to divorce that bitch today. Ryan Reynolds is out there like, I'm selling liquor and buying soccer and founding cell phone companies to bring some money into this goddamn family, and you're out spending $200,000 on an Adidas sweatshirt you could have bought for $40 on Amazon.
Even if it was official NFL gear, it wouldn't have cost that much.
No.
Yeah. That was an odd one. All right, stolen wardrobe from the
How
town.
much did she spend on the hair? There you go.
It was just a weird story. People thought.
Who was the other woman that they
And
kept
by the
showing
way,
in the
if
box?
you've seen The Town, her character is basically a crackhead whore. And that's what she's dressed like.
They both look underdressed, and supposedly their outfits are ridiculously expensive.
There was another woman in there that's some kind of celebrity
Spice.
who looked like
Ice
looked like
Spice.
Harpo Marx.
One looks like Annie. The one that looks like grown-up black Annie. Yeah. That's Ice.
I actually think Harpo Marx is better than Paris.
Oh my God! You're looking for Chico and Zeppo. I mean,
She looks like the female Oompa Loompa. That's how Willy Wonka keeps the people alive and
That's when they
breathing.
grow up.
what a strange contingent of friends Taylor Swift brought into the equation there. That was something else. All right, that's number 4. Stolen wardrobe from the town. Blake Lively.
Number 3.
Oh, there you go.
Nick
The black guy.
Bosa.
Blame it on the black
Nick
guy.
Bosa can't figure out how to defend read option, and then says his defensive coordinator never coaches him. So we better fire the black guy because I don't know how to play the read option. Dude, you were in college for 3 years in the Big Ten. You've never seen the read option before?
Unreal.
I mean, give me a freaking
They're Ohio
break,
State.
Nick.
Isn't that what their quarterbacks do half the fucking time? Like,
Exactly. You're like, you didn't see that in practice 37,000 times.
Barrett's game. Like,
To be fair, and this came up earlier in the week when Nick Bosa was very upset that someone had pulled a fire alarm at the 49ers hotel and woken him up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. To be fair, Nick Bosa does have PTSD from all the bullets and fire fight during January 6th against the DC police. So he has some issues on that front to begin with. But I love that Nick Bosa's answer is fire the black guy.
That was a little bit odd, wasn't it? I mean, statistically, his defense did very well all year long.
I don't think it's a little odd at all. You're one of your leading defensive voices is Nick Bosa. I think it was totally inevitable it was going to come down that way.
The one guy, Spagnuolo, gets a contract extension, hailed as one of the great assistants of all time, and Wilkes gets canned, even though the game was decided in overtime.
Well, D'Amico Ryans was coach of the year. They ran him out of there in like a year and a half.
you gotta.
Yeah, do you think that's a coincidence?
You gotta.
Maybe something to this. Yeah, there's some substance there. No doubt about it. You're onto something, Professor. All right, that's number 3 on the big board of Super Bowl sucks.
Number 2, and honestly, Defo, when the hell are these people going to stop ruining the Super Bowl? Rob Gronkowski misses the kick again, and he kills Apollo Creed. Add this to the list of Patriot crimes. Another goddamn murdering scumbag Patriot tight end. I'm just going to point out, Carl Weathers survived the Predator. He survived Ivan Drago. He survived 2 brutal beatings from Rocky Balboa. Yeah. He survived talking shit to Joe Frazier. He's around Rob Gronkowski for like 4 minutes, and he keels over.
Checks out.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's,
as Shooter McGavin said in Happy Gilmore, congratulations, Gilmore, you killed a golf legend. Well, congratulations, Gronk. You killed a sports and action hero legend.
Were they making Happy Gilmore, too, at the waste management tournament this year? Did you see any of this stuff, Professor?
I actually, the waste management tournament turns me into Shooter McGavin. It makes me want to scream at these people. Go home to your shanties, white trash.
They've actually, they were trying to figure out how to, make it so that it was more plausible as a PGA event, but they just renamed it the Wasted Management Tournament.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, didn't they have to cancel alcohol sales on Saturday? Yes. Because like 30 people passed out from alcohol poisoning?
Pretty rare that you would see that at a PGA event.
And then I'm trying to remember, who was our last Ryder Cup captain? Zach Johnson?
Yes. Okay.
They were talking so much shit to him that he turned around, I don't know if you've seen this clip on Twitter, and told a bunch of crowd spectators to go fuck themselves. Like he
was debating whether to ever come back.
Golfers had it enough with this goddamn. I don't know why anybody shows up for this tournament. This tournament, honestly, should be just like the white trash players to go with the white trash.
Bubba Watson.
Who thought that this was a good idea for a golf tournament to encourage people to drink themselves retarded and act like as trashy as they possibly can throughout 4 days of a tournament in the middle of a goddamn desert? Like, who thought that was a good idea?
You know what? It's one of the highlights of the PGA Tour season. I always look forward to the antics on 16, but I guess it did even go beyond the scope of anybody's wildest imagination of something conducted in poor taste. All right, that's number 2. Mrs. Kick kills Apollo Creed, Rob Gronkowski.
Right? Yeah. Again, how many more decades are we going to have suffer these Patriots committing horrible crimes against America?
It's only a matter of time before they become irrelevant, and they're talked about only in historic perspective.
I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, put Gronk in prison right next to Aaron Hernandez's bloated corpse at this point. You killed Apollo Creed.
Unbelievable.
That was cool.
By the way, because, Luby and I were talking about the other day, did you realize one of Apollo Creed's nicknames that they actually list in the first Rocky movie is the Count of Monte Fisto. The Count of Monte Fisto, which is not only one of the great boxing names I've ever heard, but will now be my personal acting name if I ever go into porn.
Classic. All right, the unveiling is set. Number 1.
I think we all know number 1.
Oh, yeah. I love this. Oh, my God, look at this picture. Good for you.
What is
this picture?
I really feel like somebody at Dunkin' Donuts is personally out to irritate me at this point. Like, I feel like this has become like they have watched the show and this has become a personal vendetta. What can we do until we cause Ken to do something violent to one of our employees?
I saw this commercial last night.
Because I literally thought about getting my shotgun and going and gunning down a whole group of people at Dunkin' Donuts over this commercial. Like, what the hell, man?
Throwing a little J-Lo.
Well, it wasn't like they had Brady and Affleck, but they made Affleck go super Southie.
Not super Southie, super black rapper. No, like, who thinks of Ben Affleck like that? Who thinks of Ben Affleck as hip-hop?
Yeah, it has become more difficult to digest, and I'm a huge fan of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I mean, basically, they turned freaking Ben Affleck, Tom Brady, and Matt Damon into House of Pain. There's a reason nobody wants to hear House of Pain albums for the last 15, 20 years. The one song became a stadium thing. Nobody wants to hear anything else House of Pain ever played. I would be happy if this commercial caused all 3 of their careers to go the route of House of Pain.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah, I think they've just been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
But again, I don't understand what the hell Dunkin' Donuts is.
Fueled by self-sabotage, man.
I don't know what they're trying to do, man.
Bud Light. Think about Bud Light.
I feel like all good-hearted people at this point are, at the very least, boycotting Dunkin' Donuts, if not committing arson against.
I think it's the same marketing guy that came up with New Coke back in the day.
I think it's the same marketing guy who put the transsexual on the Bud Light.
Yes, exactly.
But let's see, what can we do to chase our audience away?
How can we alienate everybody all at once?
All right, we've got a bonus slide.
Okay, bonus slide coming up. Here we go. Beyond
All right,
number one.
We've got a bonus slide because, again, anniversary, so we're celebrating it. So for those of you who didn't see it, and this one was not nearly as publicized, we have the commercial from hell, the commercial you have to watch on a loop from hell, which, of course, is Dunkin' Donuts. And the party you go to in hell, which is at Mar-a-Lago. For those of you who don't see, this is this year's Mar-a-Lago Super Bowl party was kicked off with a bunch of what appears to be either private or high school cheerleaders.
Yeah, they don't look
dancing on the lawn, and Trump doing that little Trump shuffle thing.
They look like grown women. This is not
like, here he goes, Trump shuffle. Yeah. He stands there and does this for like a full 90 seconds.
Dancing?
Like every 10 or 15 seconds, he does that.
Hardly the reminder of the Yali shuffle, that's for sure.
That thing he does. There he goes.
Oh, no, what is he doing?
Oh, my God. They say Biden is senile?
I'm sorry. I say, call Joe Biden senile, call Joe Biden whatever you want. I would rather have Joe Biden going over to Ukraine, stealing $1 billion to buy crack for Hunter, and cracking hookers for Hunter with, and then forgetting about everything because of dementia, than someone who thinks this is the idea of a Super Bowl party. Then I'm hire a bunch of strippers or high schoolers, whatever.
I think I see Jeffrey Epstein's corpse in the background there.
And then go in and have a formal party for the Super Bowl. Because I'm still in a suit while I do all this. What the hell?
Watching and then
it's creepy, to say the least.
That was very creepy. That was so...
What? Who the hell thinks this is a Super Bowl party?
This is real, like this is a real thing.
Classic all the way around, Professor.
So
classic.
Holy crap, that was very creepy.